Alright guys, welcome to Maddenedge.com. Before we get started, want to let you guys know that the Maddenedge ebooks are PC, Mac, Android, iPhone, and iPad compatible. Really easy to just look at your plays right before you get into a game, so pick that up when you can, guys. Alright guys, so we have a new scheme. Tested it out against this guy here. I'm going to show you. He was good with Vic, and that helped me put the final touches on his defense. And then I went up against this guy, and I'm going to show you guys this game. Guys, sorry it took so long. I'm doing this for about 5 guys. Offhand, XM Mr. Clutch, your boy Bloody, and Militant X, guys. These guys have been wanting this video for a long time. Sorry it took so long once again, but it's going to be well worth your time. Oh yeah, guys, Adam TGR was in a league, and everyone was doubting him, guys. And he said he shouldn't have even been in the Super Bowl. And guess who ends up winning the Super Bowl? Using a lot of the Maddenedge tactics. Adam TGR. So Adam, congratulations. Thanks for the message, and yeah, keep it going, man. So that's great to hear. All right, guys. So this is a 4-3-4-4 combo, and it is deadly. I'm gonna call this the Destroyer defense. All right, guys, and if you have the personnel, you are going to want to run this defense. I'm telling you right now. So for those of you who have the ebook, this is going to be in the ebook, and of course the Unblack videos will be at Maddenedge.com. You can just log in and watch the Unblack videos if you've already purchased the ebook. If you don't have it, you're gonna want to get it. You're gonna be able to destroy people. Here, I don't know if I'm going to show you the roster here, but I know at the end of the video, I was just checking the awareness of Greg before I did this, because I wanted to make sure that everything was right, and Greg is aware. So anyway, guys, I'm going to show you guys this deadly roster also at the end of this video. Okay, so if you want to actually see the rosters first, go ahead and just fast forward, check out the rosters, and then come back so that you can see why everything was working. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I first took a look at the Ravens, I was like, wow, coverage problems, tackling problems if you put coverage in. No way. That is not the case, guys. This team is awesome. And wow, I think it has to start with the defensive line, guys. So let's just get into it, and I'll tell you what I was thinking when I did it. I pretty much stayed in these 5 plays for the most part. It was just, like I say, I just that's a good thing, guys. Going up against Vic, it kind of helps you. You know, it kind of helps you develop really good schemes. And then we end up going against Aaron Rodgers. Oh yeah, guys, one more thing. I uploaded a video with the Bengals, but that is at the site also, guys. I did an unblack version and a site for the ebook purchasers, but I did the ebook purchaser video first, and then what happened was YouTube said that I couldn't upload a duplicate video. So that Bengals video is at the site as well, guys. Alright, guys, so what I'm doing here is I'm coming out in a play 2. Alright, and it was well, I can't even tell you what happened in that Bengals video, but you are not going to believe it. So check that out. It's in the I think it's 3-4 nickel 4-6 combo. It's the video before this, so yeah, you can't miss it. Just log in. Alright, guys, so what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just pretty much telling myself that I'm going to let the linemen do their thing. I mean, everybody on there is 90. I have 2 99s, I think, and 184 and 190. Okay, so if they're going to go for screens and draws, then I'm going to lose, because I'm not going to help these guys out. You know, they're all studs. They're going to have to be studs. And once again, guys, just trying to work the play 2 just to find out what this guy is all about. All right. When I get into well, let's just. I sure wish I could talk as I was playing, guys. All right. So now we're into oh yeah, 100%. We're into a play 5, and what I'm doing, guys, is I'm saying, yeah, there's a risk you can get me deep, right? But you're gonna have to be that read with with little time. And there's one of those things I didn't see. So we're back in either a 4 or 5. Let's see which one it is, guys. And as you can see there, that's a 5, right? And that's really good for like short yardage, guys, or if you want to try to get a pick. It's also good for these little circle routes and quick routes to the flats. It's good for all that. And it makes you have to get rid of the ball quick. So if you want to go deep, that's fine. Oh, guys, I remember that was a play 1. Okay, I remember doing that. Okay, and you're gonna need that. And those are the type of plays that this defensive line can make. And also, you'll see the corners that I have in there. They cover it at 80, guys. So that's a real good call, especially when you have been establishing pressure with 5. And I did it. I ran play 1 back to back, guys. All right. I'm gonna really try and pay attention this time for you guys, because this is a great defense. I'm gonna say it, guys. I think this is my best defense. You guys can judge for yourself, but this one seemed easy, right? It just seemed easy. So I'm gonna try and tell you what I was thinking in each situation and what play I called in each situation to the best of my ability. And of course, you'll have to play it yourself and get a feel for it. And you will have to have the roster to do it. But if you have a good lineup, it's just destructive. And let's see what I'm doing here. Defense played so well, guys, that I didn't even really have to throw, I think, more than 11 times, right? So I don't know. Only gonna run play 4, guys, in certain situations, getting down there close to the goal line. All right, and obviously that's gonna be very confusing after running play 5 most times. Okay, and there's McGahee. McGahee is going to be able to run downhill better than Rice. In my other game, though, Rice didn't do anything until the last seconds as I'm trying to ice the game, and then he does it. All right, guys. So I'm only going to run play 4, pretty much like inside the 10-yard line. That way I'm not at risk or great risk of getting beat deep. Okay, and I'm going to set everything up from that formation with plays 1 and 3. Okay, play 5. Even down there towards the goal line, I can still run that, because a lot of people like to run, those underneath routes to the backs, like right in that little area. And depending on how athletic your ends are, they will take away that option. And then you'll have, guys trying to now get to the hook zone. And that's when there's a big possibility for picks, because that's not going to be their first read, and that's going to give these guys time to fill those zones. Okay. If I feel like he's going to try and go towards the back of the end zone, then I'm going to run 4. And as a changeup, and in some cases as a shutdown defense, I can run play 1, because like I say, those corners cover in the 80s. And on play 4, down there near the goal line, I could spy probably my worst lineman, who is Greg, just to give a different look. I want those studs trying to get to the quarterback. And then plays 2 and 3, guys, are kind of simple. We've used 3 before a lot. In most cases, unless it's like a run stop situation, I'm gonna hook the free safety, and on play 2, I'm really not gonna do anything. Like I said, I'm just gonna let the zone coverage abilities and the defensive linemen do their thing. And if he wants to get greedy, that's fine. If I feel like he's trying to go underneath, I'm not gonna go into play 4. I'm actually, guys, going to go into a play 5. Reason being is I don't want to give him time. If he's going to go somewhere that isn't covered and pick up 2, 3, 4 yards, by all means, he can have it. If he can stay that patient all day, that's fine. And if he's going to keep trying to go underneath, then that's when I'm going to spring a 1 on him, okay? Because we're going to have some man zone coverage going there, okay? But starting out, I'm not going to go, and guys, that was a play 5. I remember calling that. And that's what I was talking about, guys, about these athletic defensive ends. And both ends over here are 90. So they're just going to do things like that. But if he's going underneath, I'm not going to start out with 1, because depending on who you're going against, like the Packers don't really have deep threat. But like, let's say you're up against the Eagles, well then you can't come out in a play 1. You have to just pretty much let this guy know that you're taking away all the deep routes with 2. You can even establish that with 3, and you can somewhat establish that with 5. But certainly with 5, you're letting them know you don't have time. So if you are going to go deep, you have to do it hot, and my guy Ed Reed is on his way in, so good luck with that. And that's on play 5. And if he can complete that under that pressure, deep, good job. I might have to stay in 2 more than I would like, but I could also use 3. I mean, if he can just complete that all day, then I'm going to give it to him. So right here, guys, I'm running back 2. I'm just, kind of, just kind of filling them out. And you know what, guys? That was a play 3. Ed Reed is kind of tricky, because on play 2, he presses up as if he's in a hook, right? So Ed Reed makes play 2 look like a play 3 on his own. So he kind of does that on his own. And there we go. And I'm sure you guys will be able to see if that was, without question, guys, it was a play 3 or a play 5. You'll be able to tell by the formation which one it is. I didn't get a chance to take a look at that, but there's 1. All right, and that's just the pressure that is applied. So go ahead and rewind that if you have the ebook, and then you'll know which play that was, because you have the unblack version, right? And trying to establish this guy. I have been using like LeGarrette Blount, Um, who else was I using? Cedric Benson and Hillis from Cleveland. So it's a completely different type of back. So I might use these guys again just to get the feel for. Look at Heap. Just to get used to using the agile back. Man, I was using those guys and you could like run through people, for 5 yards. So it's different. This is a different offense. In my last game against Philly, I think I had 158 rating. I think I had another perfect rating. And I had Vic. Vic actually had a pretty good game, but I did get that pick. And I did get another turnover, and that was that. But playing that guy actually helped me really develop this because I had some ideals on it, and they were close. And then playing him, I had to make some adjustments to the plays, and then everything just kind of clicked. So this defense is going to get you the ball, guys. If a person isn't patient at all, and even if they are, I mean, like let's just say they're going underneath, and you're, getting them with play 5, and they are just, going quick. It's actually going to be tough to go quick. So, I mean, generally speaking, they're not going to get more than 2 or 3 yards if they go quick to anywhere actually. Against play 5, right? So let's say they try and do that all the way up the field. Well, then you can just go into a play 1. Now you can go into a play 1 because you've established that they don't have time. So, I mean, they could throw blind if they want to, but once you get a guy just backing up throwing blind, that's when, the picks come. Because he doesn't know if you're in a play 3, with the safety dropping deep, hooking them, blitzing them. He doesn't know if you're in a play 2, with the safety going deep. They just don't know. If they're that rattled, that's when you have them, okay? And that's going to be all somewhat established by play 5 because you're saying, all right, go ahead and throw deep up the middle of the field, and you're going to get it, right? Unless you make a perfect throw. Got it? And he's going to start trying to do this. And that's fine. Like I said, I was not going to help out that defensive line. The only help they're getting is on a play 3 or a play 5. When I'm trying to make something happen. And look, Nagata almost gets him every time he does that draw. A little late, but like I say, I'm not going to help him out. Let's see what we're going with here. And when I call play 5, they certainly have to get home though, right? Because if not, then I have to start running, like a cover 3, and then, it's kind of like he gets to pick me apart. This goes back to the first Edge videos. You have to establish something, and I'm establishing you have very little time, and I have good zone coverage. I wish I remembered what play that was, but I certainly remember. This guy was rattled, and that could have been a play 1. I'm not sure. I'm sure that you'll be able to see. And here I'm thinking, I don't know. I think one time I might have come with a cornerback blitz, but I doubt it. If I did, I'm sure you saw it. And I wish Johnson would handle that end better. Maybe I could have put Suggs there, but they're 90 and 99. It's just, that's about all. All right, watch this, guys. I think right there I went into a play one. A play two, and I'm like, okay, one more time, and then I'm gonna have to start taking that away. Not one more time. I did it again. And if you're wondering how did I get these Ravens to play zone coverage, you're going to have to take a look at the rosters at the end, and then you'll see. And there we go. And against a lesser team, they might actually, try that. And automatically, I've been playing guys who have been going for it, guys. So I'm gonna come right out into I believe a play four. I don't know which play. Wow, that would have been nice to run that back, right? I don't know. I called some play, and I remember being a heavy zone play, and at that point I knew he was going to come out in the onside kick. Okay, and we get it. So he's still not a believer, but we're going to make him a believer. He's going to get out of his game. Guys, you're going to love this defense. You are going to love it. And by the way, you guys have to watch that Cincinnati video. You have to. I tried to put it up for the regular YouTubers, and they just wouldn't. They wouldn't let me do it because they said it was our duplicate. I already told you guys that, but oh well. It's at the site if you log in. And there's Bolden. And he had a huge game against the Eagles, guys. I'm trying to watch more than just talk because I want to see if I can tell you guys exactly. Because once I start talking too much, then I'm not even really paying attention. I'm just kind of going off on some thought, and that's good on some occasions because I'm talking football, and a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. But for this one, I'm going to try to watch the plays as much as possible. I start out watching the plays. Second and 9. So if I were defending right here, guys, I might go with a play 2 one more time. Right? And force him to go underneath. Because I know that he wouldn't get in. Worst case scenario would be like, 6 yards away or something. And at that point, I could kind of make an educated guess to see if I should go with a 4, which kind of takes away a lot of alleys. Of course, when you run a 4 underneath, that is, he's still going to be able to, flick it to the backs, right underneath, right inside of that tight end. And that play 5 can somewhat take that away if you have, not somewhat, it actually can take it away pretty often if you have a good defensive lineman, because like I say, that's right in their zone, and they're very aware and athletic and everything. So depending on what you thought he was going to do, you could run a 4 or a 5. Or you could also run a 1 too. But against a mobile quarterback, yeah, that lag frustrates me. But against a mobile quarterback, if you run a play 1, he could probably, just scramble out. But then again, it's pretty tough to just get, around these defensive linemen with, and that was another play 5, by just scrambling. It's pretty tough to just, say, okay, I'm going to run it in. You can, with Vic, that's not tough at all. With Aaron Rodgers, if he is just, has his mindset on doing it, then he can do it too. But he's not as fast as Vic. So, generally speaking, if I'm playing against one of those crafty guys that like to throw underneath, in that situation, I would go with a 5, knowing that sometime I was going to get beat, but also knowing that sometimes these ends were just going to make plays because that's what they do, and you have them in the correct zone. And when I did get that ball, I would really try to capitalize on the score. I think I remember, and that's what we're talking about. That's a different type of route, but that was a play 5, and it could even contain that. I mean, I wasn't gonna be soft with the play 4, right? Certainly, I wasn't. I just stayed out of that until we got to certain areas, guys. And there, I think I ran back with a play. That was either a 1 or a 5, and I remember saying, wow, if I had ran a 5, that might have worked. But I get into that situation again, so that was either a 1 or a 5. Because earlier, when I did a play 1, that in fact did work. Just that's how good these defensive linemen are. And I also could have just ran a play 3 and left it as is, right? Depending on where I thought he was going to go. I remember that one, guys. That was a play 1. So that's how it is. So, with this team. It's either a 2 or a 3. Probably in this situation, I'm just running a 2. Just filling them out, and I'm gonna pull the trigger on a 3 or a 5 whenever I, feel that okay, it's time to stop giving it to him. He's being patient, so now I have to force him into a mistake. Fourth and 3. Right here from the outside looking in, I could do anything. I could say, okay, guys, do your job on play 1. I probably in this situation it would be gambling to go for play 4, so it would be a 1 or a 5. Let's see what we do. That's what I would be thinking. Looks like a play 1, right, guys? And I could have called a play 4, and that would have worked. And there we have it, guys. So I didn't call a play 4 because I didn't want to gamble. And you guys know the gamble on play 4, right? And I says, okay, well, I have to make a play down there. Play 2 probably would not have got it. maybe it would have. There's a possibility, but a play 4 would have stopped that last play. And if he gets the ball back in that same situation, then I probably would be forced to make that decision. And if he's thinking that way, then maybe he could get me. But as it stands, I haven't given up a big play, and I still have a chance to stop. Now here's what happens: we get the face mask penalty. Knowing me, I'm in a play 4 now. Now I'm like, okay, now we can see what happens. And I spied, I think Greg. All right, guys, automatically I'm going into a play 5. Okay, I'm not gonna let him run, and I'm gonna try and stop the short. So I'm gonna try and stop 2 out of 3 things. Boom, got him. Right, and actually, guys, in some senses, that play stops 3 out of 3 things. Right, I mean, because it's just right there, especially in a condensed area. Okay, so that's a play 5. And so now we're seeing, now you back on that 4th down conversion. I could have stopped him with a 4, wouldn't have to do that, but I still have weapons to where he has to guess right even down there, right? And if I guess right, I can checkmate him just like that. So I wish I would have called 4, but I wasn't going to call 4. I told myself I had to stay disciplined. I have to follow these plays. And if someone's going to be patient enough to get down there, then I'm going to be trusting my offense as well. I'll have 4 plays to stop them, and maybe get the ball back, and also get a chance to out-chess him. So I just said, if he's going to be that patient to just take underneath. As you can see, plays 1 and 5 can stop that. Play 4 can stop it to a certain degree, but he can always roll out and buy extra time. Okay, on play 5, you just boom, you're right there, and on play 1, we have really good coverage. And with every play, there's always some risk, some more than others. But there's always something, there's always some open area. And so you just kind of have to put your puzzle together and say, can you solve this? And so now he's trying to find a void into play 2, guys. And if he can do that all day, then maybe I could throw a 4 on him. Maybe I could throw a 1, but see there my guy says, nah, I got you. Right? So he steps right in there and says, that's my zone. So we have these guys, this defense is really fitting this team, guys. And did he catch it? Alright, he caught it. We'll give him that. I can't. See, that's the thing, guys. You can't chase perfection, right? Because if you try and chase perfection, then then what happens if you give up? That pass that I just gave up. Then all of a sudden, you're changing. And which one was that? I believe that was a 4. Yeah, that was a 4, guys, at that time. So that's that defensive line pressure. That's Suggs over there. But anyway, guys, you can't chase perfection. You can just, say, listen, I'm going to put myself in a position to win. I'm going to make it hard for you. And if you complete a pass against my scheme, then I'm going to mix it up a little bit more. I'm not going to be risky, and you're going to have to do that all day for 4 quarters. And there we go again. That's another play 4. So in that situation, I'm going to call play 4 because I feel like he's trying to get up top, right? Um, and I don't have very much field behind me, okay? And here I'm just trying to get 10 yards and kill some clock. And I'm going to go right with that fullback trap there, guys. And this offense, guys, I have been working on coming into the strong eye out of the from the shotgun. And believe me, I've played like a lot of games this week, and I'm destroying with it. But against this, in this game, I didn't even feel the need to. I didn't really have to open up the offense because the defense was playing so well. So I'll have to show you guys that later. I'm sure I have some of these games on file, and it's just whether or not I'm going to go back and edit them, and find them. But we'll see. So down to the 2-minute warning, guys, and I'm just trying to run out the clock. Let's see what happens. And there's Ray Rice. I don't know. I didn't look at his strength. I don't think it's very high though, or his trucking. Seems like he's kind of strong though. Now you know what? That would be Maurice Jones-Drew. I'll look further into that, but I wasn't able to run inside with him at all over these last 3 games or 2 games. And what I'm going to be trying to do is preserve this shutout. And that's a good play when they, when you have a good or a decent left side and a good fullback, and they, it's obvious that they're just gonna overload everything right. Sometimes you can break that for 10 yards. Sometimes. And that's fine. Look at Raji. I think they've upgraded this guy, man, which is good. He turned out to be a good. Was he a rookie? I think he is a rookie or close to it, and had a good year this year. And now the talk will start about the Packers. So let's see. It's 3rd and 10. I would not throw in this situation. There's no reason to. Maybe should have did that on like 2nd. Alright, so let's see if we can preserve the shutout, guys. And for this series, I am gonna go into I think like a classic cover 4-4-3. And when you see this roster the way that I have it, then you'll know why I was able to just stay in the 4-3 and in the 4-6. And so now, if I'm calling good plays, they're pretty much going to be shut down. Ray Lewis, guys, is the only one. His covering is 65, and I like it to be at least 70. And truthfully, in that middle, if I could have it, I want it to be a 75. However, I've played a lot of guys who use the Ravens, and so I know that Ray Lewis somehow bats down a lot of balls, and that's because his play recognition is 99 and his awareness is I think 99 or something like that. So for that reason, he just he bats the ball down a lot, and his acceleration is pretty high too. And I think this is the one where he gets hurt, or somebody gets hurt, and then he loses a timeout. Yep. So yeah, guys, this one is this one's gonna have to go into the ebook. Um, what I'll do, guys, is I'll put this in on the website, and I'm gonna have to start a new one. So the other book has reached its limit in terms of online storage, so I'm gonna start a new one. So you will have to log into the website, and there will be some type of obvious obvious thing that is letting you know that this is the start of part 2 of the ebook. Alright, so that should be up today as well, guys. So you're gonna love this defense, guaranteed. Just get a good team, and like I say, on this one I was running on this series, I think I remember just going into like some type of standard for, cover 4 or something like that. Oh yeah, I remember going 2-man under right there. And right after this, guys, I'm going to show you the row right here. Okay, so this is when I was like, oh, let's just go. But when you see right there, these just, yeah, there are holes in it, but I'm only using that as, for like this situation right here, pretty much. When you see this roster at the end of this video, then you'll know why everything was working. And like I said, there's really only one hole, and that's Ray Lewis. And Ray Lewis isn't really going to allow himself to be a hole, or the weak link. He does a lot of things well. Covering at 65 for a middle backer, I mean, that's, if I could get it at 75, that's good. And jump those guys back, try to preserve this shutout. And there we go, guys. So we're going to edge this guy. If you guys are edging him, go ahead, keep edging him. I think that helps out a lot. And then we're going to get into this roster, guys. The Ravens. So, guys, thanks for being patient with me on that one. And you guys said you wanted the, what did you say? You said the 4-6 or the 4-4. So here's a 4-3, 4-4 combo with the Ravens that is going to drive your opponents crazy. Use the plays at the right time, or else, it won't. And if you're up against somebody that's patient, you have to be patient. And if they can drive up the field, like a 13-play drive, averaging about 3 yards per, then give it to them. Because with these combination of plays, guys, you will be able to play safe and aggressive whenever you want. And once you figure out what that guy's doing, it's going to be real easy to pull that trigger and to try to make that big play on defense. All right, guys, so I was talking about this Bengals video I just did. And on that video, I was complaining. I was like, man, Aaron Rodgers keeps, throwing me the balls and I can't get a pick. Well, it's not the case with this defense, these plays, or this defense. And on that game, I think I held the guy to 14 points. So it was a okay defensive effort, but wow. So this is the Ravens, and Aaron Rodgers can be had, guys. I was wondering if he could be had or not, and we just had him. So let's get into let's edge him, and then let's check out this roster. I was up all night again, but this one was worth it. Now it's the morning, and I'm actually just finishing this edit. So Tiki Barber is coming back. My first thought was ran out of money, but you know, or no, I had two thoughts actually. But the first one was ran out of money, and the second one was because his brother's still playing. So if he wasn't a twin, I would only have one thought about that. But you know, when your brother's doing something, and you guys are twins, and you're no longer doing it, then then we have it. All right, guys. Sometimes if you're gonna run that edge gun and audible into the strong eye or the eye, you have to come out in just the strong so that you can let that fullback do his job. But standard, we want bold in there. I was gonna check his blocking because Rice didn't do a good job running up the tackle. I should look at Ray Rice's strength. I'll do that later. But Bolden can certainly block at 70, so it wasn't Bolden. It was just probably that Rice isn't strong enough to do that type of running. I think I did strengthen up this right side. As we can see, I did do that. Left end, here we go, guys. Suggs. Stud. 99. What can you say? Right end, 90. D tackles, we have Greg and Nagata. I would do it just like this, guys. I mean, hey, we see what just happened. Gooden, here's why. 86 speed, guys. Awareness, decent. That's my mark, right? Tackling, decent. And then let's go into the that's okay. Let's go into the zone coverage because we're running a lot of zones. That's great right there. Not great, but good enough. I didn't, Let's get into Ray Lewis. And all this is just off the charts. And the one thing that he does averagely but look at his play recognition and his awareness and acceleration and all that is off the charts. Zone cover. He's gonna bat balls down, guys. Unless he's up against, let's say, a Gates or somebody like that. So, then you're gonna have to, I don't know, see what happens. Landry, look at this guy when you put him at outside linebacker. He tackles at 81, guys. That's better than the other linebacker who is an actual backer. And his zone coverage is 74, and he's gonna make some plays for us here. All right. Flat out, he's going to make some plays, as you saw in that game. Now let's look at the corners. The one thing that they don't do well is tackle well. However, it's going to be hard to get to those corners with all of these studs on the line and backer. So we're going to have to live with that. We have both guys in the 80s, guys, on zone cover. So if you call a zone and you throw that way, and they're aware, so it's not like they're going to get tricked on play actions and stuff too much. They're both in the 70s, okay? This guy does, his catching is 85. Let's put it that way. His catching's almost 90. All right? And this guy, Josh Wilson, guys, we saw him make plays, right? In the zone, and that's because his range is really good because of his speed. His awareness could be about 70, and he would be really good, but it's 63. So there we go, guys. That's exactly how I would do it, and I would live with the results. And they're gonna be very most times. So guys, until next time, take it easy.